Hello friends, in this video we are going to see how we can set up an EC2 instance. First basic requirement is that you require a basic free tier that is which is valid for 1 year. This is my first instance which is already running state. I want to add a new instance for our new project. So click on the launch instance, then select free tier, then select Ubuntu server 20.0.4. Just click on the review and launch. I will be using an existing KPI. And you are done with the launching the instance. After launching the instance, you will be requiring to attach an elastic IP. The elastic IP is required because whenever you will be stopping the instance and starting again, the IP of the instance will be changing. If you attach the elastic IP, the IP of the EC2 instance will not be getting changed. So let's check if it has done with it. Yes, it is in the running state. Let us allocate an elastic IP to it. You should always remember that you can allocate only 5 elastic IPs for the free. And you should always remember to release the elastic IP or else you will be charged for it. Just click on the allocate. Here I am having two elastic IPs. First one is attached. So let us attach this one. Second one IP. You need to, after the use, you should always remember to release the elastic IP or else you will be charged for the not releasing the elastic IP. Associate elastic IP, choose an EC2 instance there. I'll be choosing the second instance and associate. The basic thing that after elastic IP is attached to your EC2 instance, just go and check if it is attached. Go to EC2 dashboard, running instances. We are dealing with the second one. It is yet in the initializing stage. Here you can see this elastic IP. What you need to do is you need to paste this elastic IP in the place where you have written localhost in the front end app. That is here. I have kept this file separate, so you need to paste it here. Or else your app won't, we will be not able to connect your app. After this, you need to create the build. The command to build the React app is yarn build. You can insert in the terminal and the build gets created. The build, you can see it here. Build folder gets created. You need to zip all the files here starting from static to manifest.json. It will look like this. You can see all the files which were under the build, all are zipped. Another requirement is you require the jar file. How you can create the jar is after finishing the project, you can just go to your project, run as, and then click on the maven install. After clicking on the maven install, you will be able to see your jar under the folder target and here you will be seeing the jar of your project. Let's just see if it is possible to. And one more precaution you need to take is that you should always remove the test cases. If your test cases are present, then your jar will not be forming. Let me stop the project first. I think my project is under working, and then I'll click on the Maven build, Maven clean and install. It started working. The default name of your jar will be your application name and snapshot at the last. Now you require to put it under the deployment demo, and you need to put in the Git repository and transfer this all three things to EC2 instance. Now the EC2 instance is under the running state. Yes, unless and until these two checks are passed. So let's connect from our Windows CMDR. You will be requiring CMDR for connecting it. Just copy the SSH link, then go to the folder where you have the keys. This is the key in the folder keys, and you should be present in that folder only. And after going to that folder, you just need to paste on this. After that, you need to paste here and hit enter. It will ask to enter the yes. To enter yes. And finally, you're connected there. After getting connected, how you can know if you are connected? That is, you can see, you can clear the screen by Control L. By clicking on the Control L, you can clear the screen. You need to first update all the EC2 instance. Behind the scene, Ubuntu is running on the EC2 instance. Sudo apt update. After getting updated, you need to install the MySQL. After installing MySQL, you require Apache 2 server. Control L, apt install MySQL server. You need to, I think we need to add sudo here. Sudo apt install MySQL server. After installing MySQL, we need to install Apache. And as we have used the zipped build, so for that unzipping process, we require unzip as well. Install Apache 2. Then we need to install the Java as well. Let's check if Java is already present there. We don't have Java, so we will be installing Java version 11. App, we can just copy the instruction from here. Left click, select, and then just click on right click. It will get automatically pasted here, and then hit enter. After this, we will be installing unzip as well. Apt install sudo apt unzip. After this, we are done with all the three processes. Just check if Git is available on it. Just enter Git command. See all the other extensions you will be seeing. Bisect Git show Git status. That means Git is present. The next step you require is to create a public repository on the GitLab or GitHub. So let's create the public repository there. Here you can directly create the project. I am creating public project because otherwise you need to always again and again you need to require again and again you need to put the password for access. I'll name it as deployment AWS. Make it public. Create the project. Then the next step is to clone this repository in your local repository. Put all the three required things, that is jar, build, and the mysql database structure. I will clone here. The command for cloning the repository is git clone and paste the HTTPS link. Git clone, and the shortcut for pasting in the git is shift insert. Hit enter. You're done with it. We just require to copy paste all the three things into AWS. Then you can use the graphic user interface of Git. That is much easier than the command line. Just click on the stage the changed. Then click on unlock index. Then write the commit message here. Always you require to sign off. Here in digital signature is put for it, and you need to commit. After committing it, you need to push to the remote repository. After that, you just require to copy the SSH ID, HTTPS ID from GitLab or GitHub, and you just need to clone that repository in the EC2 instance and pull all the data there. Till the time this file gets uploaded, let us see how the hms.sql looks. For this, you can either you can directly create it from the workbench, MySQL workbench, or using the command MySQL dump. Then enter your -u, then enter your username -p, then without space password, your database name, write chevron, and the name of the file. For example, hms.sql, and it will be creating this database structure along with some pre-filled entries. Here you can see these are pre-filled entries, so that we don't require, so that by default some entries will be present in the MySQL and at the EC2 instance before running the project. Yes, this is done. Now let us clone the repository. Here you can see the commit. Just click on the clone with the HTTPS, go to the EC2 instance, connect to the EC2 instance. Yes, what you require to do is just put the command git clone and control V for pasting the HTTPS link and hit enter. By putting the command ls, you can see what are the folders that are present in the current directory. Just change the directory to deployment. Just type D and hit tab, then enter ls. All the things are done here. The first thing that we require is to open the ports, that is a HTTP port for connecting to the EC2 instance. How we can do it? Let us see. For that, you need to go to the EC2 instance, then click on the security, click on the security groups, edit inbound rules, and here click on the add rule. Here you can add the HTTP. Click on IPv4 anywhere, add one more, same HTTP. IPv6 from anywhere. If you required for the testing of the backend using the Postman, for that you need to add the 8080 as well. Add the custom TCP into 8080. That is the port of the Spring Boot app. Connect anywhere, IPv4. Add one more. I am choosing IPv4 and as well as IPv6 because some of the connections are using IPv4 broadband connections and some broadband connections are using IPv6. That's why I have chosen both. After adding these rules, just click on the save rules. And for the testing purpose, you can just put the URL of your EC2 instance in the URL bar and check if you are able to connect to the Apache 2 homepage. Just copy the elastic IP. Just paste the IP into it. You should be able to find this Apache homepage. After doing all the things, after cloning the repository, we need to put this hms.sql database structure into our MySQL server. The by default password for MySQL on the EC2 instance is root as a username and password also as root. So let's log in. Before login, just remember the path of the home Ubuntu and this one. It will be helping us. So let us log in into the enter sudo, then MySQL, -u root and the password is -p root here we have logged in. Then what we require is to do is to bring that mysql file or enter all the commands present in the SQL file into the mysql. For that you can enter the command source and then paste that pwd present current working directory path. This is our current working directory path of the hms.sql /hms.sql. Before doing this, we need to take one more thing here, that we need to create the database of the same name which we have written in application.properties. So the database name in the application.properties is HMS. Let us check what is the name of the database in the .sql file. This is the name of the database. So I'll just copy it. Enter the command to create the database. The command to create the database in the SQL is create database. Then paste the name of our database. Then use the same database. And now enter the source command. Source, and then just copy this path of the .sql file. Right click, left click, and then just click on the right click to paste it here. hms.sql, and then hit enter. Let us check if all the tables are present. The command to see the table is show tables in the current database. Yes, all the tables have already got created, and let us check if there is data in these tables. Command to see the data is select star from emp_tb colon. We need to enter from here. You can see the data present. So just click exit. The next step is to copy the build from this Git repository to where/www/html. So let's go to root directory first. Then change to where. Here is the where repository. We can enter cd where v space www space html. The point when you enter the IP address of EC2 instance, you was able to see this HTML file. Just remove this HTML file. To remove this HTML file, you need to enter sudo rm -r in the name of the file. File is removed. Now move our build file from home, deployment, AWS, and frontend.zip. We need to enter sudo yes, we need to enter the destination also. I'll enter it as dot, that is to represent the current repository. Here it is. So we need to unzip this. Command to unzip is sudo unzip and the name of the file. It's done. Now let us check from the URL if this page has replaced with our own application. Yes, there is our application. Now we need to start the Java server. Go to home directory. To go to home directory, just enter cd and press enter. Click on Ctrl L to clear the screen. Move to Git repository, and just we need to run the Java command. As we know, this if we run Java -jar in the name of the file, and enter, it will be running on the screen. So we need to run in the detached mode, or we can say in the background mode. To do that, we need to enter one more thing, no hub java -jar, and at last we need to enter and ignoring the input and appending output to the no hub dot. So you can see the output in the no hub dot out cat. To see the output here, our app is running. And successfully you can now access all the data from backend as well as from the database as well. This error is due to we have not changed the password. So my password in the properties is manager. So I need to change that password to manager. The command to change the password is just enter this command. Control L to clear the screen. Sudo mysql -u root -p root, and then enter here. You need to enter your new password here. I'll type manager and enter, then flush the privileges to get into the effect. Now our password has been successfully changed. We will exit, and again we will start with server.js. To start with, again we need to stop the earlier running process. Let us check if earlier process is running. Yes, it is running. So you need to manually go to the process. Here it is, java -jar server. Click on F9, then click on 9 to send this kill signal and enter. Process has stopped now. You cannot see here java -jar and all. Then click on Q, then again enter the same command, java -jar server.jar and ampersand. Now let us check if the server is up or not. Yes, Tomcat started on 8080 port. And you can now access from your URL. Actually, I don't know the login details. Let me first sign up and check if it is working really fine. Date of birth is let me take it as random. Phone number is taken. Security question I'll enter is name. Enter the name as Deepak. Password as 123. Password confirm 123. Sign up. Here I have successfully signed up. That means our server front end and the database has been connected successfully. Thank you very much for watching my video.